Hi students, welcome to my channel Easy Learning. So today we will be dealing with the chapter Heredity on the topic dihybrid cross. So the previous chapters, life process, how do organisms reproduce, and first part of this chapter, it is already uploaded in my channel and the link is given in the description box. So let us move on to the topic dihybrid cross. So, the dihybrid cross, in this particular cross, the scientist Grigamental, he has taken two pairs of contrasting characters. In the monohybrid cross, he has taken one pair of contrasting characters, that is regarding the height of the plant or length of the stem of the plant, that is tall and dwarf. So, here he has taken two pairs of contrasting characters based on the shape and color of the seed. So, he has taken round and yellow seeds and wrinkled and green seeds for his experiment to show how the characters are transmitted from the parents to the offspring. He has crossed purely bred round yellow seeds with wrinkled green seeds, and in the F1 generation he got only round yellow seeds. So from that he came to the conclusion that round yellow seeds are the dominant trait because it was expressed in the F1 generation. Then for the F2 generation he self-pollinated the F1 generation offspring, that is the round yellow seeds. So when he self-pollinated the round yellow seeds, he found that in the F2 generation, he has got 4 different varieties of seeds and the shape and color of the seeds. So he has got 4 different varieties of seeds, that is 2 variety which he has taken in the beginning. Along with that, another 2 new characters has been found in the seeds in the F2 generation. After the completion of his experiment, he came to the conclusion that the characters which has been transmitted from the parents to the offspring, that is in the F1 generation he has got only round and yellow seeds, but in the F2 generation he got 2 new characters other than the characters which he has taken in the F1 cross. Okay, so that 2 new characters, that is another new characters, they have occurred separately or independently, and which gave him the idea for the formation of the second law of inheritance, that is law of independent assortment. So the second law of inheritance, it is known as law of independent assortment. So the monohybrid ratio, in that he has formulated the law of segregation in the monohybrid cross. So here in the dihybrid cross he has formulated the law of independent assortment. So in the dihybrid cross, after getting the 2 new characters other than the parent characters which he had taken in this dihybrid cross, so he came to the conclusion that the 2 new characters, that is the 2 original characters, combined together in the F1 generation, and they behaved separately and arise independently in the next generation. So that is how he got another 2 new varieties of seeds in the F2 generation. So it was in the ratio 9:3:3:1, that is other than round yellow and wrinkled green seeds, he got round green and wrinkled yellow seeds, which was the 2 new varieties which was obtained in the F2 generation. So now we will see how the cross can be written. First one, the F1 cross. So here in this parental phenotype, he has taken round yellow and wrinkled green. Round yellow and wrinkled green. Then he has written the parental genotype. Yesterday I have explained that is. So in the previous video, the last video of this first topic, first part of this chapter, in the video I have explained regarding what is phenotype and what is genotype and all. So parental genotype, round, capital R, yellow, capital Y, and wrinkled, small r, and green, small y. This is how he has crossed. So when we write the gametes, capital R, Y, capital R, Y, small r, small y. So this is the gamete. So now we will cross it. That is, this capital R will cross with small y. This capital R will cross with this small y. Again, this capital R, Y will cross with the small y. And this capital R, Y will cross with this small y. So, in the F1 cross, he will get capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, y. So, here this is the F1 genotype. So, how will you write the F1 genotype? So, here this is R, it is the dominant trait. So, this one, it is the dominant trait. This is the recessive trait, dominant trait, recessive trait. So, since round is also a dominant trait is present there, and in yellow also the dominant trait is present there. So, all the seeds which he has got for F1 generation, it is round and yellow. Round yellow, and round yellow. So, this is the type of seeds which is obtained in the F1 generation. Now, we will do the crossing, that is where we are self-pollinating the F1 generation. So, here, in that, the phenotype, F1 phenotype we will write. The F1 phenotype, that is round yellow crossing into round yellow. Then F1 genotype. So we have done what? Capital R, capital Y, small y into capital R, capital Y, small y. Okay. So now we will write the gametes. So here this capital R will cross with this Y, capital R with small r with capital Y, and small r with small y. So you will get capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So these are the gametes which is obtained. Okay, here also the same way we will write capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So it will be very difficult in order to cross in this particular manner. So we will draw the Punnett square, and in the Punnett square it will be easy for us to do the crossing. So this is the Punnett square. So here we will write in the horizontal manner and in the vertical manner the gametes which is obtained. So next is crossing. So capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. So now it will be easy for us to do the crossing. So here this it will be crossed with this. So we will get capital R, capital Y, capital Y. This with this. Capital R, capital Y, small y. This with this. Capital R. This with this. Capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Next this with this. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay, so the first line is completed. Next again with the second. This with this. Capital R, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small y, small y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small y, small y. Next, the third line. This with this. Capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Small r, capital Y. And small r, capital Y, small y. Next, this with this. Capital R, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small y, small y. Small r, capital Y, small y. And small r, small y, small y. So, the crossing is over. So, now we will see what are the different varieties of seeds he has obtained in the F2 generation. So, here, first option it is capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Second, he has got another one, that is capital R, small y, small y. This is another variety he has got. Next one, small r, capital Y, capital Y. This is another variety he got. Small r, small y, small y. These are the 4 varieties of seeds he has obtained in the F2 generation. Now we will count and see how many numbers of the seeds he has got in the F2 generation. So this capital R, capital Y is round yellow seeds. So here round yellow, here it is there. This 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So, this he got 9 seeds. Next is round and green seeds. Round and green seeds. That is capital R and small y. Green seeds, here we can see one it is there, round and green. Next we will see whether here, round and green here. And another one here, round and green. So how many are there round and green? He got 3. Next it is small r. Small r means wrinkled and capital Y is yellow. So wrinkled yellow seed, small r and capital Y. So small r, here this is filled, this is filled. So here it is there, small r and capital Y. So here 1 it is there, 2 it is there, 3 it is there. So here wrinkled and yellow seeds again he got 3 seeds. And the last one, that is wrinkled green. That is the parent type, isn't it? Parent phenotype, it is wrinkled green, and round yellow is also the parent phenotype. So here wrinkled green he got 1. So he formulated the ratio, the dihybrid ratio, that is 9:3:3:1. This is the ratio he has formulated by this cross, dihybrid cross, when he paired crossed 2 pairs of contrasting characters. So, the ratio it is 9:3:3:1. This is known as the dihybrid ratio, and the law based on this cross, it is known as the law of independent assortment. That is, other than the original characters, new characters, that is, they are separating and they are behaving independently, and two new varieties of seeds has been obtained in the F2 generation. That is how he has explained how the characters are inherited from the parents to the offspring. So, when two pairs of contrasting characters he has taken, two new varieties of characters has been obtained in the cross. Okay. So, that is regarding the dihybrid cross. So, I hope you all have understood that how the cross is being written and the explanation of the dihybrid cross. The ratio it is known as the dihybrid ratio, and the ratio it is 9:3:3:1. So, this you should remember, and you should know to write the cross very well, because always the question is based on the particular cross, that is monohybrid and the dihybrid cross. Okay. Next, we will move on to the topic, how the characters are transmitted to the progeny. So, the simple term, that is, the genes are responsible for the transmission of characters from the parents to the offspring. So, genes are one of the most important factors which help to transmit the characters from the parents to offspring. So, how the blood group, that is, the genes which is present in the blood group, how the blood group it is being transmitted from the parent to the offspring. That is another topic, and it is also important. The question used to come for the board exam regarding how the blood group it is being transmitted from the parents to the offspring. So, here also you know that a person is having four types of blood group. That is blood group A, B, AB and O. So, these are the four types of blood group, isn't it? So, in that, always the genes, they occur in pairs. So, this A and B group, they are considered to be the co-dominant, dominant over each other. They both are dominant. Whereas, O, it is a recessive group. O group, it is recessive group. So, based on this, we will write the genetic formation, that is the genes which is present in this blood group. So, in the case of the blood group, the genes are represented by the letter I. So, if the person is having the blood group, that is the genes, if the IA is present there in the genes of the blood, then the person will be having A group. And also, if the person is having the gene formation IA and IO, then also the blood group will be A. If the person is having IB, because always the gene they occur in pairs, that is why we are writing two times. Here the blood group will be B, and if it is IB and IO also, then also the group will be B. In the case of if the gene it is IA and IB, I have told that these A and B are co-dominant. So, if the gene variety is present in the form of IA and IB, then the person will be having the blood group AB. AB group will be present in the person. This is a very rare go. And here, if the person is having the gene nature IO, then the blood group is O. So, this is how the blood group of a person is determined. So, how it is been transmitted from parent to offspring. If the person, that is if the man having A group, I am telling one question. So, if the man having A group marries a woman having O group, then what will be the blood group of the child? This is the man with A group and this is the woman with O group. So, what is the blood group of the child? So, what will be the blood group of the child? So, here we have to write both the genotype. Okay. So, if the man is having the genotype, if man is having the genotype IA and the woman is having the genotype, since it is O group, it has got only one type of genotype, that is IO. Then there is a possibility the child will be having what? Only the A group. That is, this one it is the dominant, this is the recessive gene. So the child will be having the A group. Okay. But if the genotype of the man is IA and IO, because these blood groups, they have got the genotype. Two varieties of genotype is there. So if the man genotype is IA and IO and the woman genotype it is IO, then the child has two chances. That is, from the man, if IA is being transferred, and from the woman, if IO is being transferred, then the child will be having IAIO, that is A group. But from the man, if IO is being transmitted, that is, IO is being transmitted, and from the woman also IO it is being transmitted, then there is a chance of having O group for the child. So based on the genotype only, the group it has been, the blood group it has been determined. So genes are responsible for each and every character of transmission from the parents to the offspring. Okay, I hope you have understood regarding this. Always the question come based on this, so you should be thorough with the genotype which is present in the blood group. Okay. Next, we will move on to the last topic of this chapter, that is the sex determination of the child. Sex determination of the child. So, the sex determination, it is done with the help of the chromosomes. That is, in a human being, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes are present there. In that, 22 pairs are autosomes and they are having one pair of sex chromosomes. So, based on the sex chromosomes only, the sex of the child will be, or sex of the person it is being identified. So, here, when we consider regarding the how the sex determination of a child is being done, then the male gamete, that is the sperm, the sperms, they are having two types of chromosomes. One it is the X chromosome and the other one it is the Y chromosome. Whereas the female gamete ova is having only X chromosome, which is having only one variety of chromosome. So here, how will you draw the flow chart for determining the sex of the child? So here, if this is the male and this is the female, then the male is having X chromosome and Y chromosome, and the female is having X chromosome and X chromosome only. Okay, so the sperm containing X chromosome is fusing with the ova containing X chromosome, then it will result in XX chromosome in the progeny or the offspring. So it will result in the girl child. But if the sperm containing Y chromosome get fused with the X chromosome of the ova, then the chromosome which is present in the progeny, it is XY, which will result in the male child. Okay, so the sperms are responsible for the sex of the child because it is having two varieties of chromosomes, sex chromosomes. So, if the sperm containing X chromosome fuses with X chromosome of the ova, then it will result in a girl child. And if the Y chromosome containing sperms it fused with X chromosome of the ova, then it will result in a male child. So, it will result in a male child. So, this is very, very important. This particular part, always the question comes for 3 marks. This also it comes for 2 marks. This it may either arise for 5 marks or 3 mark question, sometimes in the form of MCQ also. Regarding, for example, thousands of, in the case of monohybrid ratio, if the question comes means if there are 1000 plants which is used for the experiment, then in the monohybrid cross, in the F2 generation, how much amount of the tall plants will be available? So, 3/4 of the plant were tall and 1/4 of the plant were dwarf, isn't it? So, we can write that 750 plants it will be tall and 250 plants it will be dwarf. So, like that type of questions may arise. That is, it will be in the form of MCQ sometimes. Sometimes it may come in the form of 2 mark or 3 mark question. Okay. So, this chapter, that particular chapter, it is over. That is heredity and evolution. I hope you all have understood regarding the topic. Whatever I have covered today, the dihybrid cross, how to write the cross. Then regarding the characteristic, that is the genes which are responsible for the characteristic, the genes which is responsible for the transmission of the blood group from the parents to the offspring, then how the sex of the child it has been determined. So all these points which I have discussed today, it is very, very important. You have to concentrate more regarding this particular topic for the board exam. I hope all have understood this topic. Thank you.